So today I wanted to talk to you guys, excuse my lovely shoe collection over there, about choosing a good shelter dog for you and your family, or the right one. So Simba is a shelter dog. He's all over my Instagram. He doesn't want to sit up. He's, enjoying his comfy, lazy Monday. But I wanted to talk to you guys about, choosing the right dog and things like that. So first of all, there is no bad dog per se. There are some dogs where their past owners have failed them, so maybe they are a little bit aggressive or things like that. But it will say that that is why they're there, and those dogs can be a bit of a challenge. So you want to take into consideration, do I have kids? Are my kids kind of rough? Then you will need a dog that is very patient. You also need to take into consideration if you have other dogs, which we had to do, and we had to bring them up there to meet Simba here. So a few things. Shelter dogs, you can rename them most of the time. The volunteers name them, and so their names are not set in stone. And number two, a really big thing to keep in mind is that just because a dog acts a certain way as the shelter does not mean that is how he or she will act when they get home to your house. Oh, he is so sleepy. He is out for the count. Buddy, you're supposed to be the star of this video. Okay. So as you guys can probably tell, Simba is a very patient dog. He's chilling over there. So he's a very patient dog. He is very loving, very sweet, very laid back. At the shelter, he was a little bit rowdy. Most dogs, when they get out, are going to be very rambunctious and a little bit on the wild side. But Simba's a great dog. Another thing, so he does great with kids. We have had some problems. He has tried to herd the younger kids that come to our house, which can scare them a little bit. They're like, why is this giant dog like pushing me? But he's a very gentle dog, and we were able to teach him. You only herd the goats, you don't herd the humans. He's very patient. As you guys saw, I just practically laid on him. He's letting me brush him or pet him. So a lot of people don't want to get older dogs simply because they're like, well, I want to be able to train them my way. Simba here is about 4 or 5, they think. They believe he was a stray. I have been able to teach him his name. I've been able to teach him to sit. The walking thing, we're still working on, but I mean, even teaching a puppy to walk can be frustrating. He does really, really well healing now and things like that. He just wants to stop and smell everything, which I think is something that some dogs just do. Max even does it, so it's just one of those things, but he's doing great with that. And he's terrified of water. He's terrified of water, so baths can be a bit of a struggle, but there are puppies, again, that are scared of water. And we're working on that. Hi, mister. Hi, baby. Brushing was a way that me and him really bonded, or him and I bonded. That was our bonding. That's how we became pretty close, and he kind of came to trust me. But something that I want to make very clear is, so I taught him to sit first, and then I would brush him. And if he decided to walk away and leave, I would let him walk away. He could be shedding to Kingdom Come, and I would let him walk away. You don't want to make your dog uncomfortable and feel forced to stay there. Even if you've had your dog for forever, Max and Scooby will get up and leave, and so I'll play with them and then brush them a little bit and then play with them, kind of thing. Now Simba thinks it feels good, and him and Max are always fighting as to who's going to get brushed first. I get the brushes out and they both come sit. So he's a great dog, but that's a really great way to bond, is to brush them. Now Simba was really underweight when we got him, so of course we got to spoil him with all sorts of food, but you could, if a dog is underweight, he was about 30 pounds underweight, I believe, maybe it was 20. He was severely underweight though. If a dog is underweight, you have to keep in mind that brushing might be painful or even like uncomfortable or even painful for them, because there is no fat there to brush over, huh baby? He's so cute. Another thing is if you have another big dog, we have Max, there might be a struggle for dominance, and there was. And so you just kind of got to let them rough it out. As long as no one is severely injured, they'll figure it out and kind of fall into their new places. Another thing is getting a shelter dog is not only saving lives, but it also tends to be very cost effective. So Simba here is a Australian Shepherd and Chow mix. They believe. We aren't completely sure. Also, we're not sure of his age at all. But our shelter has a policy where when you get a dog, they have to be fixed if they aren't already, and they partner with local vets, so they get fixed for free, and they also get all of their shots for free. And dogs' shots alone can be so expensive. Also, normally you'll pay about $75 at my local shelter for a kitten or a puppy. Yeah. So you pay a little bit more for the young ones because everyone wants them. And the bigger, older dogs tend to be about $50. You are shedding all over my shoes, mister. Yeah. He's so sleepy. Are you tired from our walk? Look at him. Oh, so sleepy. So sleepy. Yeah, mister. He's shedding all over my boots over here. That's okay. But Simba was free. Sometimes sponsors, companies will come in and say that the next, so many dogs are free, or they'll sponsor specific dogs. Look at him. Oh, buddy. They will also do something where, like on Valentine's Day, the dogs are $14 and things like that. So it's really easy to get a beautiful, gorgeous dog for a very cheap price, possibly even free. Now, he did have a touch of heartworm. We did have to pay for those medications, but it was completely worth it. Another thing to take into consideration is that these dogs are put in high stress being with all these other dogs, being somewhere they don't know, and that's why Simba was really underweight along with the touch of heartworm. So getting him home, he didn't want to eat right away. He had just been fixed. It's a completely new area. He doesn't know us. He's new smells, new place, that sort of thing. They also chip the dogs when they go home, so that way if they ever do get lost, they can return them to you, because you are their new forever family. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Simba and Max are both terrified of fireworks. So, when there is fireworks, this 4th of July, I ace bandage wrapped Simba. You can look up how to do it on Pinterest. It's almost like a thunder jacket, or you can look up dogs with anxiety. I'll try to find it and link it below. And you can just wrap them, and it makes them feel a lot more content. So there's that we deal with him, but we deal with that with Max too, and we've had him since he was a puppy. They're just very gun-shy dogs. So yeah, most shelter dogs are super good. I want a pit bull. I think that they're beautiful dogs. We do have a lot of pit bulls. It seems to be a big... people use them in fights here, sadly, and a lot of them have their... But for me, volunteering at the shelter, it's crazy to see these dogs who have been so mistreated. We had one dog come in who had been burned so badly. And you have these dogs that have had their ears cut off, that have been used in fights, that have been severely abused and neglected and taken away from their owners. And you get them out and they just want to cuddle you and love on you. And it's so crazy. So you bring a dog home and they might not adjust the best at first because they're confused. They don't really know what's going on. But once they figure out what you want, it'll go super smooth. That's the way it has been with Simba. He's fit right into our perfect little family here. With all our animals, he loves his goats and even my rats. When I would put my rats outside to clean their cage, he would sit there and stare at them and make sure that they were guarded, and he wouldn't let the other dogs near them. So, and Brinley actually bit his nose last night, and he did not get super upset with her. He didn't growl at her or anything. So, I think that all shelter dogs have the potential to be wonderful, amazing dogs. Again, there are those extreme cases, but like I said, you get this dog out and home, and having him has been so rewarding, seeing this dog because I picked him. I got him out and walked him and played with him and sent my dad pictures, and that's how we got him. We were looking for an Australian Shepherd mix, and I was like, he's an Australian Shepherd mix, he's really cute, I want him. So that is, he is a great dog. He was there, and he was one of those dogs that looked really scared and terrified, and we have him here, and he's such a good boy. Oh, sorry, he's asleep. I scared him a little bit. But he is such an amazing dog. He is not loud. He doesn't bark. If someone comes up to our house or coyotes try to come into our yard at night, he will bark. He's very protective of us, but he's a great dog. And like I said, any dog has the potential to be an amazing dog. No matter what they've been through, they will be so grateful. Seeing him go from this scared, underweight, sad little dog in that cage to this full, beautiful dog laying on my bedroom floor completely content and passed out is so rewarding. Taking him for walks and his little tail, it's kind of crooked and it's all up and fluffy, so it's definitely been super duper rewarding for sure. So I want to show you guys a video of him. Mind you, he needs to be brushed for today. I brushed him last night, believe it or not. He is so hairy. One more thing I do want to add, we haven't had trouble with Simba leaving. We did have a shock collar on him to begin with, and he learned very fast what his boundaries are, and he still knows them. Unless we tell him to go past that point, he doesn't. And he wakes us up to go outside. He knows to go potty outside. So I don't know if he had a previous owner that taught him that, but potty training older dogs can actually be easier than a puppy. The whole you can't teach a new dog, an old dog, new tricks is completely false. Max is 10, and I am constantly trying to teach him new things simply because it gets his brain active and keeps them occupied and happy, and they love showing off for people as well. So that is completely false, and I hate when people say that. So I want to show him to you guys now. Did I wake you? I've already cleaned his eyes today. He does have a little bit of allergies, but look at how fluffy he is. So I renamed him Simba. He's got a good little mane here. Yeah, so he's shedding a good amount. But he is so soft. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so soft, mister. So his back hips are actually smaller than his, like, shoulders here. But, like, look at his tail. It's so fluffy. Sorry, am I disturbing your sleep? So, yeah, and he doesn't really like belly rubs, but neither does Max, so he likes behind his ear rubbed. Yeah. Good boy. So he's so soft, though, and beautiful. Like, look at him. I'll insert some pictures of him, too, because his sleep face isn't the best. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, mister. He's like, I just want to sleep, Maddie. I'm sorry. He's getting annoyed. He just wants to sleep. Okay, I'll let him sleep. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. I hope that you adopt, don't shop, and bye from me and Simba. Can you say goodbye? We'll see you in our next video. See, bye. Oh, good night, CB Boop. I want to add one more thing and say that we are extremely blessed to have Simba. We kind of lucked out. Yeah, I just said your name. I keep waking him up. I need to stop. I need to stop saying his name. I can blare music in here and he'll sleep through it, but as soon as you say his name. But getting a shelter dog, just like getting a new puppy, requires patience, attention, and love. A puppy requires patience and attention, and so does any new dog. I really hope you guys do decide to get older dogs. Obviously, we miss Simba's puppy, derpy stage, but he's a beautiful, full-grown dog, and I would love to say that we lucked out and that there aren't other dogs as amazing as he is, but there are a ton of them, and they're living in shelters and they don't deserve to be there. We domesticated dogs and we're failing them, and that's just the facts of it. So I really hope you guys, if you do decide to adopt, have an amazing time. I hope you can really break the stereotypes of adopting older dogs. So yeah, baby. Like, how could you say no to this? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, he's so tired. He has a bed right here. Like, what are you doing? It's big enough too. What are you doing? What are you doing?